Welcome to Bryer's Music Showcase. I am Bryer and welcome back to another video. So you saw the title, and yes, today actually, I just got back from my local record store. As you can see behind me, Folk Arts Rare Records, and I went out and bought a few things, and I thought, why not go ahead, why not share what I got? So you saw the title as well. It's 3 vinyl records and 6 CDs. So I'm just gonna go through them and let's see what we have in store. So I'm gonna start with the CDs first, of course. So let me get them out. All right, first up, we have a live album. So again, I don't get live albums that often, but every once in a while I'll probably check one out. And this one caught my eye. So we have Humble Pie, Performance Rockin' the Fillmore. Heard this was a very good live album. So it's kind of funny because, of course, I collaborate with Garrett on his channel on SoundLab Studios. And just recently they put out a video, Garrett, Jason, and Nick, and they were talking about the Small Faces. Sorry. I always forget how to pronounce the first word, but Ogden's, something like that. Ogden's Nuts Gone Flake. Hopefully I remember that correctly. But they reviewed that album, and I was supposed to be on that one, but due to my schedule, I couldn't do it. So, but they released the video, and of course, go check that video out. They had a really good discussion on it. The reason why I knew of the Small Faces was because I only knew Steve Marriott, because I knew Humble Pie first. So yeah, of course, when Steve Marriott left the Small Faces, he went and formed Humble Pie. Of course, I think this one has Peter Frampton as well. This is where he got his true start. So yeah, definitely looking forward to checking this out. It's only 7 songs on here, but they're pretty long. A lot of covers, but I'm pretty sure there's some originals as well. I mean, yeah, there's like one song that's like, this is correct. There's one song that's like 20 minutes long. I'm figuring it's a jam session, but it should be interesting. So yeah, that's it. So let's look what's on the inside. The disc, not much to say. It's pretty standard. Then let's look at the booklet. Not much to say because it's just a little pamphlet. Just gives you the information. The back's pretty good though. Gives you some photos of the band. So that's the first one. Next, we have George Harrison. And this is his 80s album. We have Cloud 9. Heard this was pretty big for him. Of course, it's produced by Jeff Lynne. Yep, produced by Jeff Lynne and George Harrison, says so on the back. The only song I'm familiar with is the final song, which is his cover of Got My Mind Set on You. It's like the only song I know. But yeah, not really digging that album cover though. I mean, George seems to be happy. Yeah. Back cover is a little bit better. Okay, and the disc looks pretty much similar to the Humble Pie one. Yeah, not much to say. Again, the pamphlets, because I already could feel it. There's some nice photos. Tells you who played what. It's kind of funny that I want to say it looks like Ringo. It looks like Ringo there, but he doesn't. I don't think he plays on this album really. Actually, no, he does. It says so right there. Duh. All right. So yeah, that's George Harrison. And here's one I was kind of interested in. We have some James Taylor. So have some little bit of folk in here. We have his album Sweet Baby James. I only know one song on here, and that is Fire and Rain. Great song. Really enjoyed the lyrics on that one. So yeah, we'll see. This is the first James Taylor CD in the collection, so I'm looking forward to it. Let's see, is this another pamphlet? Actually, no, it's actually a book. So you open it up. Not much in terms of pictures, but it gives you the lyrics, gives you like the time code and like the times and all that. But yeah, just gives you the bare minimum. Right, there's 3 more. Let me get those out next. All right, next we got Aerosmith with Pump. So, just a little heads up, it won't be on my channel, but at some points, probably sometime next month, maybe, not sure yet, but I'm going to be on Jacob Martin on his YouTube channel. Even though on his channel he mainly talks about movies, but he's been kind of starting to talk about some music as well. And I know he did one on Queen recently, which was very good. He did a whole live stream as well, and he's thinking about doing another one, and he's going to be on Aerosmith. So it'll be me, Jacob, and Jason as well. Just going to talk about some Aerosmith. Probably talk about some of our favorite albums, some of our favorite songs, and stuff like that. And I want to get a little bit more Aerosmith because I do have a good chunk of it. I have 7 albums. I have pretty much all the 70s albums, and I have 1 80s. And I saw this one. This is one of their 90s albums, I believe. Let me see. No, okay, no, still 80s. So it says 89. So I'm assuming that's when it came out. So yeah. Might as well. I'm not too familiar with a lot of the 80s stuff. I'm very much more of a 70s Aerosmith guy. But you know, there's some songs here and there from this era. The only songs I really know on here is Love in an Elevator and Janie's Got a Gun. Other than that, that's all I really know about. We'll see. We'll see if I like this or not. So open it up. There's the disc. Geffen. See, this feels like this is going to be one of those fold-out type of booklets, and I'm right. Oh, that's kind of nice. It's like a little poster. That's kind of nice. That's kind of cool. On the other side, just a bunch of other stuff. No lyrics or anything, just gives you pictures and a lot of the information. Slide that back in. So there you go, there's Aerosmith with Pump. Next, this came from the dollar bins. We have Van Halen. This one's called For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. Kind of a more obscure one, I guess. I think the only big song in here was Pound Cake. But pretty sure the rest was not as successful as previous albums. So of course this one's with Sammy Hagar. This came out 91, it says here. It says copyright 91, so I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but it sounds right. But yeah, I have 2 Sammy Hagar albums, so this is the 3rd one, and I heard it's actually kind of like a hidden, like a underrated album from this era. I don't know, we'll see when I listen to it. Yeah, I don't hate the Sammy Hagar era. I think it's good for what it is. Obviously, I prefer the David Lee Roth era, but the Sammy era has some good stuff. And this one is a booklet. There's the back. Not much to say. Pretty generic cover, I must say. There's some photos there. Some more photos. There's Eddie. Rest in peace. There's the whole band. So I guess there's no lyrics. It's just basically a photo album. Give you the credits at the end. All right, very cool. And the last CD I got is a folk album. We have the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. Yep, just slowly building that Dylan collection. So of course the second album of his has some pretty well-known songs like Blowing in the Wind, one of his best lyrics, and of course A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. And I think that's the only one I know. I might have heard Masters of War, but I don't remember how it goes. But yeah, this one was kind of a cheap one. As you can see, it's like $2.49 because the case is broken. So yeah, I'm gonna replace that in a little bit. But the disc itself looks pretty good. So that's what the disc looks like. So again, it has initials. So I'm assuming those are 2 R's. So whoever owned this, I got it now. You can't have it back unless you pay me. Anyhow. So open it up. Let's see. Okay, that's kind of nice. It kind of gives it kind of a little history or some information on each song. No lyrics though. I don't know why a lot of Bob Dylan CDs don't include the lyrics. You think for such a renowned songwriter, you think they would include the lyrics. I don't know. That seems kind of odd to me, but oh well. Put that back. All right. So those are all the CDs I got. Some cool stuff. And now let's talk about the vinyl. So I got 3, and some really good ones. There were some more, but I had to, of course, had to save money. Of course, didn't want to go overboard. So this was the first one I got, and another one of my, I think this would probably be one of my favorite albums ever. So we have Supertramp. We have Breakfast in America. Of course, I already have one Supertramp album. I have Crime of the Century, which is great. But this is probably my favorite Supertramp album. This is probably the most commercially successful. They're most commercial sounding. And so many good songs on here. And I love the album cover too. It's supposed to be like a little parody on New York City because this is supposed to be the Statue of Liberty. Then you have town right there. So you see some food in the back, an egg carton there. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully there's not too much glare on this. But yeah, some good stuff. There's the back. Just the band at a diner. So many classics. Of course, you have Gone Hollywood, the Logical Song, of course, Goodbye Stranger, the title track, Take the Long Way Home. So many hits. Just Another Nervous Wreck is a great deep cut here. Yeah, just a fantastic album. So let's go ahead. I just do want to show what's included inside. So that's what it looks like without the cover. So let's take it out. It does come with the original, I'm not sure if it's an original pressing, but it does come with the inner sleeve with the lyrics. You can kind of see the vinyl through the silhouette. Let's take the record out. It is a little dirty, and there's some little scuffs on it, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. There's that side one, yeah. Then side 2. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of cool. Side 1 has the front, and then side 2 has the back of the waiter. That's kind of cool. Yeah, this sleeve has seen better days, as you can see. I'm just going to put it here for now. I am going to replace that in a sec. So I'm just going to put it back for now. Just want to look inside. And then after that, we'll kind of look at the second record I got. All right, next up we have, I'm going to take it out of the plastic sleeve, but next we got ELO with a new world record. So the first ELO in the collection now. Very cool. I am still looking for a Out of the Blue. I would love to have that on vinyl, but this is pretty good. definitely an album that has grown on me the more I listen to. You have side one, you have Tightrope, Telephone Line, Rockaria. See, then you have Living Thing, of course, Do Ya, Shangri-La. Yeah, fantastic album. And it does come in the original inner sleeve. Well, I think it's the inner sleeve. I don't know what pressing this is. But yeah, here it is. So you have the lyrics on one side, then you have a little band photo on the other side, and all the credits. So of course you have Jeff Lynne, then you have Bev Bevan, Richard Tandy, so many instruments on this. Kelly Galcut, I don't know if I said that right. Mike Kaminsky, then you have Hugh McDowell, and then Melvin Gale. So this is, I believe this is side one. Looks about right. Then here is side two. It doesn't really tell you which side's which is kind of odd. But what I kind of like on this side, when it does tell you what songs are on each side, but side one is simply called The Side, and then side two is called The Other Side. It's kind of funny. Okay, just put this back, and then we will showcase the last vinyl. And by the way, this inner sleeve is in great condition. Can't say that for most. The last one I got. This is probably the crowning jewel here. Last one I got, take it out of the plastic. We have Genesis with Foxtrot. Now I know what you're thinking. Bryer, don't you already have a vinyl copy of it? Well, I do. I'm just gonna bring it out real quick. Let me just see if I can find it. No. Not cutting any of this out. Come on, where is it? It's in here somewhere, I know it. Oh my god, where is it? Oh, there it is. It's just 3 records in. So here it is, and I even unboxed this particular one on stream, not stream, on a video. But there's 2 things wrong with this particular issue. So, first up, the first thing I noticed is that it's a single. The original is supposed to be a gatefold. So that was the first disappointment. Then I take out the record. It looks normal. Side 1 plays great. When you flip to side 2, it's side 1 again. So this particular issue is a misprint. So sadly I cannot return it, but you know, I still got a refund for it. I told this story before, so that's good that I was able to get my money back. But now I just have this for quite a bit I've had this kind of worthless, but then again, I've heard some misprints can go for a lot of money, so maybe I'll still hold on to this. Maybe one day somebody will want to buy this off me. But who knows? Maybe at some point I'll get one of those picture frames that have the same dimensions as a record player, and I'll probably put that in there. Maybe hang it on a wall. That'd be nice. But for right now, I just kind of have it. Now I'm having a hard time putting this back, but there we go. So yeah, that's been a thing. But thankfully, at the record store, I was able to find another copy, and this is actually, by the sticker, I'm gonna go by what they say, but this is actually an original 1972 pressing. And this is the exact thing I was looking for, because first off, it actually is the gatefold. So now we can finally see it in its glory. So let's open it up. There, look at that. I really do enjoy this design. Very cool. And then all the lyrics are here. And you have photos of the members, and I believe that's the producer, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, maybe. It says Richard MacPhail. I'm pretty sure he was an engineer or something like that, or did some other stuff. But of course, there's Tony Banks, there's Steve Hackett, there's Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel, and Mike Rutherford. And I've said it before, this is my favorite Genesis album, so it's very cool to actually have an actual, not the real cover, the real deal, and especially if you look at the actual artwork. So now we can see it, the whole painting. Very cool. You got the fox lady. Then you have a little Easter egg to nursery crime there. Alright, so let's look at the record. Now this inner sleeve has definitely seen better days. I don't even know how it still holds up. I have no idea what Pleasure from the Buddha group is. I have no idea if that was the original sleeve or whatnot, but oh well. Okay, so here is side one. Again, there's some scuffs on it, but then again, it's 1972. I'm not expecting this to look pristine or anything. It's in stereo, as you can see. Has that famous Mad Hatter label. Then here is side two. I have tested this, by the way, because they do have testing stations. And yes, side 2 works this time. So I'm happy now. Just gently put that back. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's recap what I have. So we have Foxtrot by Genesis, a New World Record by Electric Light Orchestra, Breakfast in America by Supertramp. Then for CDs, we have the Free Will and Bob Dylan, Van Halen for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, Aerosmith with Pump, James Taylor, Sweet Baby James, Cloud 9 by George Harrison, and finally we have Humble Pie, Performance Rock, and the Fillmore. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you enjoyed these types of videos, please give this video a like, subscribe if you're new. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on all the things I have picked up. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye for now.